All right, so I made a video yesterday or 2 days ago about why nice guys finish last. And I wanted to make something of a follow up video on how to stop being a nice guy. And to do that, obviously, first things first, we have to understand what is a nice guy. Now, what I mean by nice guy is what everybody means by nice guy as the phrase, right? I made a short about this. I pulled up a thing. It's just a quick Google search tells you that the phrase nice guy means a person who is a pushover, a people pleaser, and expects romantic favors or romance from simply being kind to other people. In other words, they're kind of snakes in a way, right? They are not the type of person you want to be around because they are not being kind out of the goodness of their hearts. They're not being kind because it's the right thing to do. They're being kind because they want to get something out of it. This is why they finish last. When I checked on this, my video yesterday, the other day, it is my most viewed video. It is popping off right now, at least compared to my other videos. And I got several negative comments. I'm not going to dwell on the negative comments because I don't really care, but it just kind of got me thinking like I must have really struck a nerve talking about this because it really doesn't seem like it should be that controversial of a topic. Saying that people who essentially manipulate you into doing things for them just because they were nice to you doesn't seem like that should be a controversial thing, that those people aren't good to be around and that they're not attractive to anybody, mind you, right? It doesn't have to be women. Like, honestly, nice guys are not attractive for anybody, right? I don't want to be friends with somebody who's only nice just to get something out of me. And I don't want to be friends with someone who's only nice to women just because he wants to get laid, right? I mean, so it's not an attractive trait for anybody, let alone for a woman to see that in a man and think, oh, that's what I want, right? So I'm just, like I said, I'm a little surprised by the reaction that my last video got. But with that being said, clearly it resonated with people. So I want to make a follow-up about how to stop being a nice guy if you are mature enough to look at yourself and notice, you know what, maybe I am a bit like that. Because don't get me wrong, look, here's the thing. I used to be a people pleaser. I still fight those like urges, right? I still very much at times really have that urge to just, I want to make everybody happy, right? Now, I'm not saying that being a people pleaser and being a nice guy are identical, but I'm just saying, like, I've struggled with a lot of these things. I used to be that nice guy as well. Like, in my early high school days, I really was like, oh, yeah, if I'm super nice to these girls, then they'll want to give me their number. And I'm like, but I wasn't doing it because it was the right thing to do. I honestly had a very immature understanding of other people at that point, and I really, I mean, truthfully, I mean, as all high school boys are, I was very much in the mode of girls exist to give me their numbers. Pretty much, I mean, it was terrible. That's most high school boys, and I've matured past that, right? But that's kind of the point. A nice guy is not where you want to end up. You don't want to end up as a nice guy. You want to mature past that to become a good person, right? A nice human being. Because there's a difference between being nice, like being a nice guy, and being a nice guy, right? There's a reason I'm saying it almost like it's one word, because I'm trying to emphasize that nice guy, as the phrase, is not being a kind person. Because I think kindness is fantastic, right? So with that, I know that was a long intro, and the reason that you clicked on this is probably because you want to stop being a nice guy. But I just wanted to get all that out of the way. So to understand how to stop being a nice guy, first you have to understand what a nice guy is. Now that we understand that, how do we stop? And it really, I mean, it's going to sound almost kind of cheap in a way for me to say this, but it's really got a lot to do with just, I mean, first of all, like, knowing is half the battle, right? So you understand being a nice guy is primarily you treat other people well because you want to get something out of them. So, really, a lot of stopping that behavior is just understanding, okay, I'm not treating these people well because it's the right thing to do. I'm not treating them well because I believe that they have inherent value. I'm simply treating them well because I want to get something out of them. And the moment that I've gotten it, or the moment I realize I'm not going to get it, I stop treating them well. Once you kind of know this and you kind of understand that that's what you're doing, you kind of just have to stop doing that, right? I mean, I wish that I had a more concrete, like, here's exactly what you need to do, but really it's kind of just like, understand that what you're doing is wrong, understand that you're doing it, understand that what you're doing is wrong, and then just kind of stop doing that, right? Like, treat people well, like, start to cultivate a view of people that enables you to see them as inherently valuable, right? Look at them as you would a family member, right? Because I mean, even most people who are nice guys, like, still value their family members. I mean, I know I always did. Like, try your hardest to look at women like you would look at your sister or your mother, right? You don't look at your mom like she's just a means to an end. And you shouldn't look at strangers that way either. And I know it's going to be hard at first, but that really is kind of just the biggest thing that you have to understand is, like, people are not a means to an end. And you should treat them kindly and respectfully. You should treat them with kindness because they are just people, right? You should treat everyone with kindness and respect, not just the people who can give you something. So that's kind of it, honestly. I might make like a really in-depth video about, like, breaking everything down, but honestly, I don't really think I need to, because that's kind of it, really. Just treat people with respect because they deserve it as humans, right? Because that's something else that kind of drives me nuts is this idea that, like, oh, you got to earn my respect. And it's like, I mean, not really though. I mean, you have to earn people's respect, but you should treat everyone with respect. You should treat everyone respectfully. You don't have to actually respect them in terms of, like, I respect what you've done here. Like, if they haven't done anything to earn your respect, you don't have to actually respect them, but you have to show them respect, right? And so that's kind of it. But yeah, if you made it all the way to the end, as always, I appreciate you. Um, yeah, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.